Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I know these are busy times, and I appreciate you taking a minute to join this State of the Academy call. I'm going to speak for a bit, and then I'll answer some questions that you all have submitted. I want to start by saying how excited I am for the upcoming awards season. We have 5 new Grammy Awards categories this year: Songwriter of the Year, Non-Classical, Best Alternative Music Performance, Best Americana Performance, Best Score Soundtrack for Video Games and Other Interactive Media, and Best Spoken Word Poetry Album. These are exciting new awards that reflect what's happening in music and where it's headed. We also have a new Special Merit Award, Best Song for Social Change. This is an incredible opportunity to honor a songwriter who's making the world a better place. I'm so excited that our membership and our board took the courageous step to create this honor. I'm also happy to announce that beginning today, we're accepting submissions for this new award. After this session, we'll email the link so you can submit your selection for Best Song for Social Change. Now, I'm honored to welcome our amazing new membership class. It's a group of nearly 2,000 diverse music creators and professionals who embody the very best across the many genres, the musical stylings, the regions, and the crafts that power our industry. A big welcome. The Academy is lucky to have you. We're honored by your decision to join us, and I personally look forward to all the incredible things I know you're going to do, and all the things that we're going to do together. I know that we've talked about it before, the ins and the outs of what membership entails, the things membership entitles you to. But now that you've signed up, you might be asking yourself, what is Academy membership? What does membership really mean? I can still remember the day I first became a member of the Academy. It was a long 21 years ago, crazy. I actually joined because I realized that I could vote for myself. I thought maybe one extra vote might just push me over the edge to winning some hardware. Other than that, I remember not knowing anything about what was expected of me. But I knew I could vote, and I knew I wanted to win. But it would take me years before I really understood what membership was about. What is membership? It's the engine that powers this organization. First, let's be clear. Members completely choose the Grammy nominees and winners. At this year's show on February 5th, when you see someone accepting their Grammy, tears streaming down their face saying, "I'd like to thank the Academy," they're acknowledging you, not the Academy per se, certainly not the CEO or the fans. They're thanking you, the members, their peers. That's what makes the Grammy so special and what keeps it as music's most coveted award, the recognition and respect that comes from within our family of music people. Becoming a member and signing up for that responsibility is no small assignment. You become a steward of this important tradition and honor. And make no mistake, it's not just a temporary thrill. A Grammy nomination or a win changes someone's career forever. What is membership? It's putting all of yourself into that process, into evaluating the work, or into serving on a committee, into helping create new categories and new awards. Putting your all into this new role as a steward of these life-altering Grammy Awards is what it's all about. You're the 4th class to enter the Academy since we transitioned to our community-driven and peer-reviewed annual membership cycle. With a commitment to reflect the ever-evolving music landscape, we now actively recruit prospective members, and we extend invitations to people who will help us have a more diverse, engaged, and relevant membership base. We strive for diversity, not merely to give certain groups of people or musical genres space at the table historically denied them, though that's definitely part of our motivation. The truth is, whenever you have diverse inputs into a decision-making process, you tend to arrive at better outcomes. Put different perspectives in, and inevitably you'll get more reasoned, more thoughtful decisions out. In these 4 years, the makeup of our membership body has fundamentally changed. We're younger, we're more diverse, and we're more global. We have achieved a 20% increase in women In fact, we've added 1,913 women to our voting membership, getting us to 77% of our goal of adding 2,500 new women voting members by the year 2025. We've also seen a 38% increase in the people of color and 100% increase in Black members. That's a lot of new inputs into our awards process and into the decision-making at the Academy. And not coincidentally, in those same 3 years, the Academy has produced a range of beneficial, creative, historic outputs. We launched the Women in the Mix initiative, designed to amplify the lived experiences of women working in music. And those inputs have led to significant and material ways in which we are working to improve our entire industry. We've also launched the Black Music Collective, the BMC. It's dedicated to the inclusion and advancement of Black music and its creators. In its first year, those new inputs led to our hosting the first ever Recording Academy Honors, sponsored by the BMC. We've entered into new, meaningful partnerships with organizations like GLAAD and the Color of Change. We've hosted 2 truly reimagined Grammy Awards shows. We've increased our philanthropic efforts, raising and distributing almost $30 million of COVID relief. We've added new training, mentorship, and educational opportunities for young, aspiring music creators. We've achieved some big advocacy wins, establishing new rights and protections for music people. So, what is membership? That's membership. It's belonging to an organization you can be proud of, one that's making things happen and enacting change, and empowering yourself to help making that change is a reality. And the opportunities for you to make a meaningful impact are almost limitless. We're a service organization. We serve music and all the people who make it. This year, we've led the fight for legislation in both California and in Washington, D.C. that would restrict the use of rap lyrics and other creative works as evidence in court. Silencing creative expression is a violation against all music creators, and singling out rap as a genre is an explicit bias we cannot tolerate. We've activated as an organization, and we've been very loud about this issue. In the spring, we'll advocate at our nation's capital with GRAMMYs on the Hill. And next month, we'll host District Advocate Day all across the country, where groups of our members visit with their members of Congress. I encourage you to register today and take part in this exciting grassroots event. As a community of music people, when we come together like this and we exercise our power, we can be a true force. Today is one of the last days to register, so please, please, please join us. Go to advocate.recordingacademy.com and register today. There are so many other ways to make an impact. You can mentor Grammy U or Grammy Camp students, or you can get involved in other educational programs. You can get active with Music Cares and make a difference in the lives of music people when they need help. Or you can serve on a committee, join the leadership at the chapter or national level, and maybe you'll even get a chance to boss the CEO around a little bit. What is membership? Simply put, it's service. Service to your fellow creators, to our community, to the noble cause of music itself. Because we know music serves the world, and we, the Recording Academy, serve music. Again, I'd like to welcome all of our new members and thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's answer some of those questions that have been submitted. We probably won't get to all of them, but I'll make sure that our team gets back to all of you with answers. So let's pull out the questions here. What do you think are the biggest challenges the Recording Academy and music industry at large still face when it comes to diversity? There are a lot of challenges. Let me start by saying that. But I will say, I think one of the biggest challenges is making sure that our industry is really a place where everyone's included and feels welcome, where everyone feels comfortable. And I think we also have to make sure our industry is addressing some of the systemic issues that have really affected some groups in the past. I think we've come a long way as an industry and as an academy for that matter, but I think we still have a lot of work to do and some ways to go. So we'll keep on that. Next question. What are you doing specifically to diversify geographically? It's a good question. I think it starts with really looking at the data and looking at the information that we can gather about where do we need to expand geographically. We need to make sure we're going into areas and different genres and pulling in different groups and actually inviting people to participate. You know, we didn't used to do that. We used to just kind of sit back and wait and see who wanted to join, but now we're just really paying attention to what's happening in not just geographically, but in genres and in gender and in a lot of different areas, and making sure we're going into those communities, we're listening, and we're inviting them to participate. But we also really work closely with our executive directors and the team of membership outreach people and the local chapters to make sure that we're reaching a diverse group of members, definitely across each region, and making sure that it's representing all the different crafts and all the different genres. I think we have more work to do on that as well, and hopefully we'll have more to share with you soon. Next question. I know a few peers who weren't accepted into this year's new class. Can you further elaborate on the membership qualification process? Yes, I can. The membership qualification process is different. It's, first of all, I have to say and remind everyone, it's peer driven. It's just like our Grammy Awards. The peers nominate and ultimately approve our new members. There are certain criteria that people have to meet. You have to have your 2 letters of recommendation. You have to have credits. You have to be a professional working in the industry. And what's important about this is our voting membership is what drives our awards. And we have to have the right membership in order to make sure our awards are relevant and accurate. So you have to make sure that we get this right. And we're doing everything we can to make sure our membership is qualified and understands the process, and it's being built on a body of music professionals. But also, remember, if your friend who you said didn't get in wants to, they can reapply the next year. And I would encourage you to encourage anybody that didn't get in this year to continue to apply. Next question. How can members best communicate with the Recording Academy employees and officers? Wow. If you want to communicate with the employees and officers, I would say just reach out. I think it starts with going through your chapter. If you live in Nashville, you would go through your Nashville chapter. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, you go through that chapter. That's the first step. I think those people do a great job of connecting with the regional members, and I think that's really important. But also at the end of the day, you can reach out to your chair. We have an amazing chair, Tammy Hurt. I'm very positive she's not going to kill me for saying this, but you can email her and she'll reply. She always replies to me. I think she'll reply to you too. You can also email me. I have a complete open door, open email box policy. I love hearing from members, whether that's a critique, a compliment, an idea, a suggestion. This is what we're here for, is to make sure that we're listening and we're learning and we're building a really great academy that we're all proud of. Social media also works. I think you can contact us via social media, but please don't worry about communicating with the staff or elected leaders. Just reach out to us. This is the kind of organization we are. Next question. How does the Best Song for Social Change Award work? Well, this award, first I'll say, is a special merit award. Special merit awards are given to individuals who have made a meaningful or a big time contribution and have had some really deep impact in the field of recording or in the music industry. The award for Best Song for Social Impact is actually going to be chosen by a blue ribbon committee, and then that award will be ratified by the Recording Academy and the board. This is kind of exciting because this goes to what I spoke about earlier. You have the opportunity to create new proposals or new categories, or say, I would like to honor these types of songs. And this was actually an award, a brand new award that was proposed by our voting members. So that's really exciting. Next question. How does the voting process work, and what happens to the album or single once it enters the list? The list, I'm assuming the question means like the nominations list or the submissions list, I guess. I'll take it as that. Once an entry is submitted, it goes through our screening process for eligibility and for category placement. Then it's pretty straightforward. The Academy voting members vote to select either the 5 or the 8 or the 10 nominees, depending on where we are in what category. We announce the nominees, and then that ballot of nominees goes back to the voting members, and the voting members vote for the winner. And then we have a show, we hand out some trophies, and we all celebrate. That's the voting process. Next question. Several of you have asked questions about why we don't have more categories such as smooth jazz or soft rock, for example. So I'm taking that to mean more like subgenre categories and things like that. And I'll say, and I just touched on it, as a member, this is one of the cool parts about being a member. As a member, you can decide what music gets celebrated, what awards get given. You have the power to propose amendments or to make proposals and submit these proposals and say, I want to award this, I want to award that, I don't want to award this. You submit those, it goes through A&N, and then the Board of Trustees actually votes on members' proposals. So if you want to see a new category, submit it. And this is how we keep up with music. This is how we remain relevant. If you see something you don't like, or if there's something you feel needs to be added, you can change it. And we really welcome everyone's ideas, all genres, all crafts, all backgrounds. We want to make sure you're a part of making this place a place where all artists feel like their music and their art is respected and seen and heard. And we talk about it all the time. Our motto is that every single track has a home in our system. Of course, every eligible track that gets entered into our process has a home, but there might not always be that exact category for a specific subgenre, or a screening committee might have to work to place it in a certain field. But every song and every piece of music and every piece of art is going to be evaluated, hopefully fairly, and by a really, really relevant and thoughtful and expert voting body. That's why we talk about membership, again, as being so important. And on that note, we'll close it up. I want to thank everyone who submitted these questions and thank all of our members for your service. The Academy would absolutely not be able to accomplish any of the things that we do without all of you. You've heard me speak how music brings people together by providing the common language necessary for understanding and for peace. That's how music serves the change makers, about how music changes the world. As we go into this weekend, I ask just one more thing of you. Please go and create. Go and spread the power of music. I'm asking you to do the things that you always do. Create the music that makes a difference. Create the music that changes the world. On behalf of our Academy, I thank you.